Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Okay, here we go. Hello. This is Ninja456. I wanted to make a video about something very dear to my heart and a big part of my childhood. I know you see Minecraft, and yes, true. But more specifically, a server that I used to play on a lot longer when I was younger, which unfortunately we all know has been shut down and has been bought out. And I'm hoping that maybe the people who have bought the server are seeing this, and I hope you guys take this into account. As many of you who probably have played Minecraft Java know, there are not many servers around anymore that have hide and seek the way that Mineplex used to, where you can morph into a block, hide somewhere, and it just works. And the only one I can think of is the Hive, but that's Bedrock only. And if any of you are like me, and you guys run Linux, as you can see by the taskbar at the bottom, you guys can't play Bedrock. Or you can play an older version of Bedrock. In my case, I do have the unofficial Bedrock launcher. It works, but not with the latest version, and there's no workaround because, I don't know, Microsoft, but I'll get into my reasons for using Linux later, and that's a story for another day, but I want to focus on Minecraft. Now, the problem I have with Mineplex having been gone is growing up, because I started playing Minecraft around the age of 9 years old, back around 2014. I used to play on this server all the time when I was a kid. I used to play a lot of hide and seek. I used to be really good at it. I used to hide as a hay bale, and there's this one map, I think it was Cookie Town, you could go in to like this little like farm, or like this little barn house or something, and there's this pile of hay bales, so you could just get up on the top and just hide there, and almost nobody would find you. And something else that a lot of these hide and seek games have nowadays, like you go into, I think, oh, I have it listed twice in here. I can probably delete this listing then. Hypixel. Okay, I don't know what server that is. I need to go through a server list someday. Hypixel does have a hide and seek game, but it's more like a prop hunt where there's just like a diamond sword or something just laying on the ground. It is not very easy to hide, because even though there may be props that aren't actually people hiding, they stick out like a sore thumb. And at least with the Hive, you can pick a block, but you can't change mid-game like Mineplex used to let you. And, I mean, you can already see one of the problems with Mineplex, but is that there's nobody online. But it is in a closed beta, so I'm gonna give it a pass there, because, you know, that's just how it is. But, we're gonna log in. Hang on a minute. Now, I know I have access, because I did buy that, I did buy the... That's why. So, that's what it was. Let's refresh this. That works. Okay, so, I don't know what was up with that. I did go join closed beta at one point a long time ago, so maybe that was for that closed beta. But it says there's 19 people on the server. Okay, so that's my bad. Something that you could do in Mineplex is you could change which block you hit as mid-game A lot of you may not have played on Mineplex back when it was around, so you guys may not notice. But you could also hide as like a chicken or a pig, and there's this really OP glitch, or if you stood in the middle of a cauldron, because you had to stand still for a bit for a block to solidify. If you were a chicken or whatever, you just run around, whatever, didn't really matter. But if you were a block, you were essentially, as a block, invisible until you stood still for a few seconds, and then the block just solidified. But if you're standing in the middle of a cauldron, you're not standing on a flat surface, so it doesn't solidify. It tries to, but it can't. This is a really OP glitch you can use to avoid getting found. But unfortunately, there's just not any servers around. Oh, I guess I'm the only one here. Now, you guys can probably see one of the issues I have, which, again, this is a closed beta. You know, there's still very much a work in progress. But if there's one thing any of you who have played on Mineplex before have noticed, a glaring difference. Aside from the lack of nether portals and these textureless, well, I mean, I wouldn't say textureless, missing textures, probably because of a failed download or something. This, right here. And I'm going to explore the map a little bit. I made this skin myself, very proud of it. It's supposed to look like an old iMac. Honestly, glad that they're revamping, you know. And they have these mini games you can play. Gladiators. This used to be like right up there towards the central island. And it looked a little different, but they moved it. But one thing I did notice in the list of games, there are some decent looking games here, but there is a severe lack of that old hide and seek that everyone knew and loved. I don't know if everyone loved it, but I sure did as a kid, and I miss it. And I've been trying to find something like it ever since. And I can't remember the exact area of where this was, but I don't know if some of you guys remember, but there was an island off of the main one in the lobby. Honestly, it was over that way. Ish. And there used to be a cave system to the west of it, to the skeleton, but there was one that was kind of hidden. There's a maze, and there's like a wither skeleton or whatever that they named Morgan Freeman. It was kind of cool. It was over that way. Unfortunately, that island's gone now. They've gotten rid of it, scrapped it, whatever. And that cave system, there's a little mini game in there you can paint on a wall. And then somewhere in the lava, if you found it, there was a secret little tunnel that you could go down into. Coming soon. And there's a secret tunnel you could go down into, and there was a framed pufferfish, like in an item frame. I think, if I remember correctly, there's some sign or something. If you want some sleeves, something like that. I don't know. It's gone. In fact, a lot of what I knew and loved about this server as a kid is unfortunately gone. I remember joining Mineplex in its last moments, unable to join any of the games because it was just dead. And all the bots just kind of flying around and the server lagging out because it was unmaintained. And I just kind of wanted to highlight something that kind of wish we still had. Something that I'll probably never see again. That none of us ever will. Something a lot of us knew and loved. At least they left this part intact. This lava parkour. Unfortunately, they removed the old King of the Hill, but they left the lava parkour intact. And honestly, I do like what they're doing with the core, and at least that double jumping mechanic still exists. I remember I used to use that double jump mechanic all the time. To climb up the tree in the middle there. I guess mainly I just wanted to go back and share with you guys some memories. Some memories of an era long gone. An era we all knew and loved. Or all of us knew and loved. And to those of you who are still here watching, thanks for taking this time to explore with me and reminisce on the past and what could have been, what was. I'm probably not even gonna put an intro or outro on this. Probably just gonna upload it as is. But before I sign off, let's see if I can at least make it up to the top of this tree like I used to when I was younger. Let's see. Jeez. Okay. I know I can do this. I've done it before, like a bajillion times. Okay. Let's see. Here we are, somewhere here. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. There it is. The top of the central Mineplex island tree. With a great view of everything below. The progress that the developers of this server have made. Thank you guys for at least keeping it online, even though it has changed a bit, and trying to revive a server we once all knew and loved. Keep doing the good work. I guess that's all.